Godzilla, King of the Monsters, the long-awaited sequel to Kong, Skull Island, 'cause nobody liked 2014. Apparently. The plot overall is a fairly simple one that I feel fits Godzilla perfectly. A human scientist creates a device known as the Orca device. It allows us to somehow communicate/control the Titans. But a eco-terrorist kidnaps the scientist and her daughter and basically forces them to release Ghidorah. And the human subplot basically has them getting the husband and then chasing them around the world as they release Titans, which causes Godzilla to be like, I'm not having this, and it's basically around the world kaiju fights, basically, and I love it. It's a fairly simple plot and does a great job of both A, expanding the lore behind the series, and B, giving us some nice human drama to help us kind of simmer down from the kaiju battles. And while this plot is fairly simple and does allow us to have a good understanding of the human drama and kaiju action, some scenes feel like they did a great job of explaining everything. I was just enjoying it. I could understand what was happening, the subtext, everything. Except some scenes kind of brush over things I feel like should have been given more significance due to the franchise that they came from. The scene I feel like perfectly explains this is the Rodan scene, which has a great pacing, amazing action. It really helps you get the true weight and feel of these creatures. But then we get the Oxygen Destroyer, which, spoiler, doesn't work. I feel like they just kind of brushed over that. The OG thing that killed Godzilla kind of just has a name drop and a God forgive us line. That line can be used fantastically, but I feel like here it was just kind of a crutch to say, it's here, it's very deadly, we couldn't work it into the story any better than this. And it doesn't really have any true significance. Like, we see a bunch of fish die, but we don't really see the true weight it has on the Titans. Like, Godzilla survives it, and Ghidorah just grows his head back after Godzilla rips it off. Again, spoilers. I should put a spoiler warning before this. I really feel like that the Rodan scene and the Oxygen Destroyer scene had a great contrast, because it shows you both the greatness of this film and a bit of a, you could have did better than that for the Godzilla fans, in full honesty. Human characters have always been a bit of a mixed bag for Godzilla fans. When they're written well, they're fantastic. Dr. Serizawa from the original Godzilla, mwah, masterpiece. But then you have That's a Lot of Fish guy, and I refuse to ever talk about it. So this film kind of had a bit of a, not bad. Which is why I personally feel that the characters in this film were good. They weren't perfect characters, no. Very far from it, in fact. But they were enjoyable characters, and that's more than what 2014 can say. Personally, 2014 really did treat its characters like characters, not like people. There was the hero, the girl, the dad, the soldier that gets killed in the most gruesome way possible. But with this one, each character has a nice little character quirk that helps you understand them. One is very jokey, other one is very cautious, one is very caring but has a tougher outer shell. All these characters have a unique personality to them, which is better than 2014. I have to say, I enjoy these characters a lot more. But then again here, they have some great characters, and I feel like the main characters really did give it their all. They emote very well, there's some great scenes with them, and when they have the carry scene all by themselves, they do it great. Congratulations, guys. You did better characters. All of the kaiju in this film have great introductions, not gonna lie. Each one has such a powerful introduction, you just want them to live up to that. A great example of this is the Rodan scene, due to like how powerful and just how crazy it seems. Because when he flaps his wings, the entire village just gets wiped away, like it never existed. My god, the introductions are just perfect. Each one captures their original form, but also introduces you to the Monsterverse form. Let me just say, this film did a great job of introducing them, and did a good job of showing them off. The use of color is very high in this film, especially with Mothra. The different colors represent her emotions, and I really do like that. The kaiju in this film are so expressive, I could read some of their faces better than the human actors. That is good CGI if I've ever seen it. All the kaiju in this film have just great designs. I personally like the redesigns, and I like King Ghidorah's multiple personality per head. I love that. Especially Godzilla. He has so much more personality than in the first one that just says, giant dinosaur, shoot it. In this one, there are some great shots, especially when like he's charging into war alongside the whole military. That was a really good shot. It really did contrast with 2014. One thing that I really enjoyed by far was how Rodan kind of worked. He was basically the Starscream of this film, and I love that. Oh, this guy bested me. That must mean that he is Alpha. I will obey Alpha. Alpha is God. Mothra herself was very well done. I did like the whole kind of subplot with her basically being, her own little thing while this all happens. Except we never got to see Kong, which was kind of disappointment. I wanted to see that guy with a beard, because think about it. Monkey with beard. Let that sink in. Oh, it's beautiful. But then again, they had so much kaiju action in this film, they couldn't really work him in. But even then, they still reference him. He still is in the universe, just gotta keep your eye out for him. Let me just say, I'm a big fan of all the kaiju in this film. I really hope we get to see more creative designs in Kong vs. Godzilla. Let me tell you, the use of motion capture worked very well in this film. It helps the Titans be more expressive and helps them move more naturally, especially with their faces. They have so much emotion packed into there, it's fantastic. Especially with Ghidorah. Each head has a unique personality to them, and you can see it. But most importantly, it's definitely with all the building being destroyed and the lightning crashes, I just can't describe it. It's still powerful. I still remember that stuff, and I saw this film like a few weeks ago, in full honesty. I saw it when Endgame was second showing, so I tried my best to help out. Sorry, G fans. But I personally just loved it. Everything was awesome, and once again, they did fight at night, but it did help the theme, but I would have liked to see them fight in daytime. And I am happy to say that this film was worth the hype, worth every ounce of it. But it's not a perfect film. No film is. But I'll tell you something, it is close to being a perfect sequel.